Hi everyone, welcome back to Tara's Take. So today I wanted to play and just do something fun, and I thought we would try making some little yo-yo snippets. Technically, these are not. This one I made from crinkle seam binding, and a button, and some cheesecloth and lace. And it can just be a little embellishment on my page. I wanted to try some different stuff and do some little yo-yos that I could just hang them from stuff, and I thought that it would be fun. So let's give it a try. I'm going to try it with some ribbon. So I'm going to cut me a piece of thread. Let me see, do I want to use, no, I think I'll use the white on this one. I have, if you want to join in, grab yourself some fabric, some lace, cheesecloth, ribbons, crinkle seam binding, or just seam binding, a needle and some thread, and let's play. This is, I had seen something similar on Instagram that inspired me to try doing this, but it was with, it wasn't the exact same thing, but it just gave me the idea to kind of play around. And when I started fiddling, I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to try this with different stuff, because I've only made yo-yos with solid fabric. I don't want the yo-yo to be, I want to attach it to stuff. So in making a yo-yo, if you've never made one before, I'm not cutting down my length here, and I'm just going to do it until it gets to the place where I want it. So I don't really know how long this is. It's probably about 1.5 feet, this piece of ribbon that I have. This was, I just took like 2 yards of seam binding and started sewing, and when it got to the size I wanted it to be, I stopped, and that's when I tied it off. So that's why I'm not really measuring, but you're going to take a piece, and they're super easy, and just, you know, start out in the back, and then you're going to go ahead and begin to thread your needle and a straight stitch. I'm a righty, so I'm going from right to left. If you're a lefty, you'll probably go the opposite direction, and I'm just pulling it onto the thread. And if I can keep a hold of my needle, I am using a super tiny needle, so it's probably going to be a little bit awkward for me. And we'll see if my knuckle on my index finger starts to hurt every time I do anything that stresses it. It starts to ache. Anyway, so I hope everybody's doing good today. You're getting some crafting done. If you decide to join in with me, will you guys let me know? I'd love to see what you made on our Facebook group. Or just let me know that you joined in, you know. I just thought this might be a fun little, I don't know, just off the cuff kind of project. I really just wanted to make a video and kick back and do something that was kind of fun, you know. So as you can see, I'm just keeping it up towards the top edge. And let me see, how big is this getting now? So once I lay this down, see, it's going to be, and you can do it on the upside or you could do it below. And it's about there. It's almost there, I would say, where I will close it off. And I will show you guys how to do that. Okay, let's see. I think that's going to be big enough. And you could do layers. You could do different sizes of these and stack them on each other. You know, you could do them in different types of material. You don't have to, like, you could do your like you could do one layer of one type of material and then another layer of another type, however you wanted to. Okay, so that's going to seal. I think I'm going to go ahead and let that be my my ending here. I'm just trying, there we go, trying to get my thread on the right side. And so now I'm just sewing my ends together, okay? And this is going to be glued down anyway, so it's not going to matter. I'm going to take that through once, and then I'm going to pull it through a second time and tie it off, okay? That'll be my knot. And then I'm just going to trim this edge. And when I lay this out on my piece, it's going to be like that, okay? And I'll just have it glued down. Now you can tack this together. I think I might, yeah, because this is kind of flipping out on me. So I'm going to grab my thread and knot that back up real quick. Oops. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, just twist, turn, and pull. Yeah, I'm just going to do a little tack right here and keep the knot in the back, of course. It's just because I probably wouldn't care if the, oopsie, that tore. If the material were not quite so, it's kind of a stiff ribbon, satiny, chiffon-y type material. Ooh, I should grab some of my chiffon and do some with those. I bet that would be pretty. And now I'm going to do the back here and do the knot. Hopefully it'll stay. I'm going to glue it down so once I use the glue on whatever I put it to, it'll be, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to trim that down. There we go. So that'll be my little tiny flower, little yo-yo. Okay. And let's see, what do I want to attach that to? Let's find something fun. I have ribbons that I could make with some lace background. I kind of like the idea of using the cheesecloth. I'm going to pause just for a second and grab some more in a white. Okay, so I grabbed some white, a little peach, and some burgundy. If you wonder where I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're over by the fabrics in where they keep all the ribbons and stuff like that. So, actually, this is pretty. This peach right here. Let's see if I can. How will it tear? Kind of want that. It's not tearing down for me very well. And my hands are just not strong enough to do it, I think, is the problem. So I'm just going to have to cut it. And that's kind of pretty. And then this on top. Yeah, there we go. And then, oh, I have, if I wanted to, instead of buttons, I can use these pretty beads, my beads that I love. The little flat backs that I use. I think I'll use a smaller one though, because these big ones get kind of bulky if I put these inside of a journal. So I try to use the smaller ones if I possibly can. Ooh, here's a small one. Yeah, I think I'll use that one. That's pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and I am just going to do what I did with that other one. And I'm going to use my stapler and just kind of staple this together because I'm going to cover that with my flower. Okay? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get my hot glue because it's quicker, and put that on the back and sit that right where I can cover that staple up. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn that because I don't. There we go. Actually, I'm going to make it a little straighter. There, now it's better. Okay. And then I'm going to use the hot glue again and put my little flat back right here. And as you can see, I'm just kind of experimenting and playing. So there's a second one. Okay. A little bit more elegant than this one. This one's more country, a little bit more, you know, shabby chic. But they're cute, right? I thought these were fun. I just wanted to play today, to be honest, you guys. I really did. Let's do one with my the material from the Walmart. The towels I get. Let's use those. Let me grab I think I'm going to grab some of this. Let me see here. I have different ones. I'm going to grab some of this brown thread over here. I just kind of like it. Or even the beige. Let's see. No, I think I'm going to use this chocolatey brown right here. I haven't used it in a while. It had dust on it. That's how long it's been. Okay. And where is my needle? You know me, I've laid it down here somewhere. Oh, shoot. It's here. But where is the question? Do y'all see it? There it is. I see it. He hid. I think I'm going to grab a longer needle. This one's just, I like using short ones because when I get to the end of a project, a lot of times I need the shorter needle to, you know, get in there and kind of work. I don't know. My thread gets short. You know what I'm saying, right? I'm trying to think of the way I want to phrase the statement, but I can't think. Anyway, I need it to be shorter because I need the room for the thread. But in this case, I'm kind of using, I'm not sewing to the end of my thread on this, so I don't really need the needle to be short. That's my point. And sometimes with a yo-yo, or when you're sewing something on a straight stitch where you're going to gather, you need to have the needle be a little longer so it can hold more of the material on it, so you're not constantly pulling it through. I find that to be easier. I should have thought of that before I started. Okay. All right, so here's my knot, and I think this might look kind of cute. This material, I love this material. These little towels, they're so fun, and they just, for me, they make it easy to look vintage and old and shabby and chic all at the same time, and they're so cheap. I mean, they're only $5 I shouldn't say that. I should just be quiet, or the next thing I know, they'll be changing the price like they have with everything else. So if you see what I mean, the longer needle holds more of the fabric on there, so I don't have to keep pulling the needle through the whole time. I can just kind of let it gather. Now this one, because my cloth is wider, and these aren't the kind of yo-yos that, these are more like little fabric flowers. They're not the kind of yo-yos that you, when you pull them together, they're sealed in the center and sealed on the edges, you know, because I'm not folding the fabric or anything. I'm doing them more like just a little pretty flower. I might have maybe made this a little bit narrower before I tore it down before I did this. I don't know, is that gonna be okay? It's gonna be kind of big, but let's go for it. Maybe I'll use it on a topper. That might look cute. Okay. We'll see, right? If it's not good, it's not good. I'm not gonna worry about it though. I think it'll be fine. We'll make it work, right? So what'd you all do this week? Let's see. It is, for me, it is Monday, okay? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a smaller one to go in the center. I think this is one I'll layer. I think that might look cute. For me, it's Monday of last week, so I haven't really done anything yet. I know I'm going to be posting this on, like, I'll probably post this on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or something. This is going to be one of those videos where I just do kind of a kickback, you know, relax. I've been working on that scratch journal this whole time, and I haven't done videos that were just, everything was focused around making things for that journal. Even if I didn't say anything, I was adding it to that playlist and putting part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So this is one of the first videos I've done where I'm just kind of not making this for anything in particular. I'm just making them. Okay, I don't know how I managed to do that. Oh, here it is. I'm like, how did I do that? So yeah, what I'm going to do is close this. Now I'm going to do it a little further. I want to make it kind of a nice ruffle, because then I'm going to do a smaller one, like I said, and put that toward the center. And I think that might look really cute. I'm just going to use this whole piece. Why not, right? It's just been sitting there in my bin waiting to be used. so I might as well. Okay. And this was all kind of an experimental thing for me. I was just trying to see if these would look cute. And I got blessed, and they do. At least I think they're cute. I hope you like them too. And they're easy. They're kind of one of those things. I love to make things like this that I can just sit and sew and do them just one after the other and just keep doing them. I always like that kind of project. So for me, that's what this is. These are kind of fun. I can get lost in them, is what I'm saying. And then I'm just sewing that back together. Okay, and I'm going to grab this and kind of tuck that so that it's, and I'll go ahead and do a little sew down this edging so that these stay together. Since this material's tougher than, and thicker and everything than the lace, I can do this, and it's probably a good idea to do that with this kind of fabric. And by the way, I always say this, but I'm going to put it out there again. I am not in any way a slow stitch pro or anything. I used to do a little embroidery, a lot of cross stitch. Yeah, that one kind of looks weird. It'll be fine though. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, I just wanted to have some fun today. Hopefully have you guys join me and y'all have some fun too. And take that through twice and knot it off and then cut it. Okay, now let's make, let me see here. I'm going to use, I've got some really cool ribbons. I've got more laces. I've got, let me see. Do I want to do one with them? I have some really nice, like coffee colored. Look at that. That would be cool to put as a, like a center there. Let's try it. Let's see what it'll look like. So what I did earlier, I've got 2 yards here of this seam binding, but it's crinkled seam binding. So what I didn't really try to straighten it or anything. All I did was kind of open it up on the side here so that I could, use that top edge. So if it crinkles, I just let it crinkle. Okay, I'm going to trim that off so it's easier to see where I'm starting out. And again, I started at the top of the row, and I'm just kind of grabbing it with my finger back here and holding it against the needle. It can be kind of awkward if you're not used to doing that, doing this. And I speak from, definitely speak from experience on it being awkward for me, especially when I first get it started. So I just kind of guide it with my left hand and hold it with my right. And I don't worry about how big or little my stitches are too much. I try to keep them close, but I don't like, measure as I'm going. I just bring them together enough that they're going to gather anyway. Nobody's going to see those stitches, so you don't need to worry about that. These are just for fun, and they're just going to be cute little embellishments, whether you use them on a page or a topper. They're just going to be fun little embellishments. I think I'll probably do 3 layers, so this one will probably be the very center layer, unless it comes out to look pretty like it doesn't need any more. But I'm thinking that this one will kind of sit in the center, and then maybe I'll do a middle one. I just haven't picked what I want to use. I don't know, maybe I'll use, ooh, a lace would be pretty, huh? So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so back to the top here. Okay, and the crinkle binding, seam binding is a little weird. I mean, when it's crinkled. I'm sure if it were not crinkled, it would be easier to handle. I'm trying to remember, I know it was Instagram that I saw them making something similar to this that gave me this idea, and I can't. There's so many things that pass by on Instagram, and I see stuff and then I walk away and go, Now, who was that? I mean, you know, when you have, you know, I'm subscribed to quite a few people, and yeah. I'm just not sure which one was doing it. One of you might know. You may have seen somebody working with stuff and making these. I just decided to make them and call them, what did I say? Yo-Yo Snippets. Yo-Yo Snippet Embellishments. I think that's what I'll name the video. That sounds like fun, right? I think most of us like to make yo-yos. I've talked to a lot of people, and we all are kind of like, oh, I love making yo-yos. I have a whole bin full of them, and I haven't used them because I have not made journals that they really match or go, you know, go on. And yeah, I'm not sure about how I'm going to use them. I made them one day, and I made a mass of them, a huge mass. I did them, in fact, with Tina on a mass make. And that was that was the first time I ever made a yo-yo. And I found out I just loved tweaking on them and just sitting there, you know, just kind of, what do you call it? I guess tweaking on them, just doing them over and over and over. I had so much fun. And I made a huge amount of them, and I only used some, and I used them on a dual journal set that I had made. It was 2 journals, a large one and then like a medium-sized one. And it was supposed to fit inside the large journal, but the smaller one was big enough that it didn't fit. So yeah, so I used these yo-yos to just really decorate the cover, and as part of the cover decoration and stuff. It turned out beautiful. It looked very country and very Victorian, kind of like a Victorian countryside type journal. Yeah, it was very pretty. So I enjoyed making that one. And that's the only time I used my yo-yos. So, okay, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to make sure I get this going the right direction all the way around. I don't want to sew it shut and have it being tweaked, you know what I mean? So I want to make sure the top is the top all the way before I do that final seal of my, okay, I think it is. Oops, see? That's what I'm talking about right there. There's a spot here where I didn't notice that I have thread wrapped around it, and that's going to mess it up. That's the good thing, is that when you're working on these, you can pull them back out, and you can see if you made a mistake like I did. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So I'm going to tighten this up again, cinch that back up, and try to make sure that I keep everything on the top. Come on, baby. All right. Now, and I knew it. My index finger is starting to hurt. I just had a feeling because of what I'm doing. That is not cool. Ever since I injured those 2 fingers, they've both been doing this. I know I complain about it in almost every video. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay. All right. There we go. I'm holding this tight so I don't lose that again. All right. Come on, baby. Tighten up. There we go. I think I'll just take it. Ah, Tara. I'm going to take it through here first. And then I'll bring this side over. And then I'll tighten. There. Okay. All right. This is very hard to see. I don't know why. I guess it's just the coloring too. I'm struggling to see my end and my 2 ends to meet them and sew them. And I do want to tuck this under, otherwise it's going to look. There we go. There. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to bring this up and pull it and then push it through one more time. So it's twice. Tighten and snip. And then I'll fiddle with it. Okay, so let's see. I just gotta lay this out again. So I think I ended up twisting it anyway, you guys, which really kind of sucks. Oh, and it's coming apart. Oh no, it's coming apart. Oh, I stink. All that, and then it comes apart anyway. Sorta. If I get it down onto something, I think it'll be fine. Once I glue it, yeah, it'll be okay once I glue it down. I'm just going to sit it over here so I don't touch it anymore. And let's see, what can we put? Let's see. I did some coffee dyeing on that wedding dress, on some pieces of it. And it came out kind of very vintage and old and dirty looking. But I was thinking if I did another layer on top of this with some old lace. I kind of like this. No, it's a little too wide. I don't want it quite that wide. What about this one? Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what we get. Oh, it might not be long enough. I wonder if I just... Yeah, I bet I could glue it. Oh, let's just do it, right? Let's see. This is experiment time. Now watch Tara burn her finger and poke her tongue. You guys, you know how I am. We just go for it, right? We're just gonna go for it and see what happens. That's how it is. You never know unless you try. I think I've seen Tina do stuff like this. I'm pretty sure. I've seen her glue things down. I'm just hoping I can get it to go around and not, you know, fight with me too much. Seems to be doing it. Because I'm going to cover that center part up. So it's not going to be a huge deal. We just want to gather it around. Okay. Do not try this at home unless you don't mind burning your fingers slightly. Just a heads up. There will be a slight burn. Okay? Okay. It's working though. I don't know how cute it's going to look, but I hope it'll be cute. We'll see, right? If it's not, then again, you guys can learn from my mistakes and go, oh, that didn't work for Tara. I'm not going to do that. No need to bang your head. As my mother used to say, learn from other people's mistakes, honey. Don't bang your head against the same wall that you just saw them walk away from. That was my mom's logic. Yeah. She's like, watch people and see, learn. Don't just go through life, you know, making the same mistakes that other people make. If you see somebody doing something that you know is foolish and, you know, or that isn't going to work, just let it go. She was funny and pretty smart. Pretty smart lady, actually. Very smart lady, actually. My mama had a lot of experience at making silly decisions that she regretted, and she didn't want her baby girls to make the same ones, you know. All us mamas, all us mama bears, we want our babies to be smarter than we were, amen? I'm putting some underneath as well because I'm finding it's wanting to lift. Okay. I am gonna, oh, what can I use? I was going to grab something and use it because I have a lot of glue there and I don't want to burn myself too much. There we go. We're almost there, guys. I think it actually worked. I don't know how cute it's going to look, but the process of this is actually working, I think. Especially, I mean, if you weren't covering this up with something, it wouldn't, but because we are putting a little centerpiece, it should be pretty cute. Okay, see, it's not staying down. Come on now. I don't want to burn myself. Stay down. There we go. Okay, I'm going to trim that lace right there. Okay. And so we have the center. I just know I've seen Tina do this. Not recently, but I'm pretty sure I have. It's something like this. Maybe not exactly this, but yeah, something to this effect. Okay, now on this one, I'm going to put it in the center, and then I'm going to stick like a button or something. I got to be really careful with this one because it was coming apart. See, there's my seam, and I don't know if it's actually coming apart or if I just loosened it, you know. I think I just loosened it, like a lot. Nope, there we go. I'm pulling it, and it's coming back together. What do you know? Yay! So we're just going to glue this little spot where the thread's at. I do that a lot with thread. Seal it down with my glue if I find that my knot is not there or something came apart. So a little heads up for you guys if you ever have that happen. Now, to get this laid down correctly is the question. Oops, it's coming apart again. I'm just going to put it there really fast. Okay, and then I will push this down. This one's a mess. Sorry, guys. My gray one worked much better when I did it before the video, just trying it out. However, I think if I can get this, oops, my paper's tearing. If I can get this glued in, it'll be okay. Well, it looks a little funky, doesn't it? Darn it. Because this one would have been pretty cute if I hadn't messed it up. Okay, let's see. Let's put let's put a button here and see if we'll salvage. Maybe it's too big. Too big. Yeah, let's salvage this, hopefully. Let's see here. Oh, I'm running out of glue. I just realized my glue stick's almost gone. Okay. Grab another glue stick, and I'm going to see something really quick here. This little piece, if I can just glue it underneath and make that material kind of go in where it's coming loose. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work. Come on, baby. Work for mama. Just do your thing. You pull this out just slightly so that it's more even. I might salvage this. That's not too bad. I mean, it's off a little bit, but y'all get the gist. And then if you wanted, you could attach that, like I was doing before, to like a piece of, let's see here, might be a little bright. I was looking, you know what, I might do it to a piece of this. I wonder even, nah. Let's see. Y'all are probably like, Tara, what are you doing? Just bear with me. I like burgundies with brown. So I was, or maroons, you know, and stuff. And I was seeing here if, I know this is kind of crazy, but this is so pretty. I just keep pulling it in, trying to figure out where I can use it. Oh, it's a little too much. Wonder if my little, That song's in my head. Let me see. Okay, I like the idea with this fancy schmancy behind this very humble looking little flower. I don't like what happened with my yo-yo, so I would want to redo it and maybe straighten this out because this is a little bit, I don't know, my material looks uneven to me on this side. I'm just going to trim and pull that thread out. Yeah, there we go. That's the other thing I love about these towels. When you trim on them, you can just start pulling and they're gonna shred, you know, and get that frayed look again really quick. Look at that. You can't even hardly tell I cut it because it's already starting to shred. But if that were a little, you know, more cohesive with its shape, it's just off because it came out of its yo-yo or out of its round. However, what I was trying to say is I kind of like this to be like a band on the front of something. I think it looks pretty because even though this is shabby as well because it's coffee dyed, I can probably find somewhere to use this. So I am probably going to just go ahead and go for it. I may end up taking that little yo-yo off and reconstructing it and putting it back on. That's probably what I will do, knowing me. So I'm going to sit this about here so that you can kind of, well, let's see, maybe a little higher. So you can kind of see, no, I keep pulling it off. You guys are probably like, Tara, stop it. I'm going to do it more in the center. There we go. Anyways, but because I like this backdrop behind it, I think I'll probably use it like on a cover or something, knowing me. Now I have cut, and now these threads, this is what I was talking about. When I start having loose threads like this, I try to trace them if I can on the back of whatever it is they are pulling from. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to find them. So what I do when I have these little pearls on stuff, I will run some glue and just tap them back down. And that's how I save that area if at all possible. Doesn't always work, but for the most part, it does. And you can use Fabri-Tac or any kind of glue. I just happen to have this right here. And that will seal those back down. But if I can find the thread on the back, I'll pull it tight and then I'll glue that thread so that they won't come loose. Okay? So that's how I do that. Those are my two solutions. Okay, these all seem like they're on there pretty good. I didn't cut the thread when I trimmed these pieces off of their spots. I did on this one, so I'm going to fix it. But yeah, this will be kind of, I don't know if you guys like it or not, but I do. So I'm going to grab my cord. I just realized my phone's about to die. We don't want that to happen, because last time that means I have to splice my video. I hate doing that. See if I can save this really quick. Oh, get my cord in there. Come on, baby. Oh, yay, we did it. We were at 5%. So anyway, yeah, so there we go. And like I said, I'm going to take this off and redo it. But other than that, I kind of like this. So there we have these three. I have that one, the blue one I made before, which I also think is just a raggedy little shaggy muffin that's adorable. And then we have this one that we made together. And I just dropped my needle. Here we go. What time is it? 39. Okay. We have time for another one. Let's see. What do we want to do this time, girls? Do we want to sew some lace? Or do we want to do like... Actually, doing some... I might do... Let me look what I got over here real quick. I've got these little ribbons that might be kind of cute. And this time I think I'll use this beige thread. It's kind of like a taupe. I like this color. I use it a lot for things because I love neutral. And yeah, it just kind of goes with a lot of stuff that I have. Okay, probably made my thread way longer than I need. But that's all right. It's better to have more thread than to not have enough, I think, personally. I have no idea how this one's going to work, but it's a pretty nice little ribbon. It is thin, but I did that one and it was so big. I like the smaller. And this is probably one I'll just attach to other, you know, pieces of cheesecloth or whatever. So okay, this will be our last one we do today. So let's see. I know this is the end of the week. I'm going to post this. So we've already talked on Mass Monday, and I've told you about church and about, you know, whatever's gone on this week for us. We've gotten to where we're putting our savings, you know, it's starting to slowly, I must say, slowly, is starting to add money back into the savings. Praise the Lord. It's a blessing that we had that savings to survive on. I've had times in my life where, okay, most of the times in my life, I didn't have a savings to, you know, fall onto. Actually, I don't think I ever did. I'm going to be honest. This was the first time in my whole life that when me or my spouse or both lost our jobs or whatever, because there were times when my late husband and I would lose. There was one time we both lost our job for 8, and mine was like 8 months, his was like 5 months, and that was a tough season, and we did not have a savings account. Yeah, so Cordy and I were both very grateful that we just had that savings, you know. The Lord had prepared us for what was coming, with us not knowing, of course. And yeah, it was good. It was very good. Thank you, Lord. And now we're just starting to gradually put money back into it again and get ourselves back to where we can start saving for our home again. That was what we were doing, was saving for the house. And we are going to go on a trip in April. And I did not pull that taut enough, I think. I'm going to have to try and maneuver this. We're going up to Payson, my niece. I know I told you guys I'm officiating her and her fiance's wedding. It's Cordy's niece, his brother's daughter, his only brother that passed away a couple of years ago. And so, yeah, we're very blessed to get to go up there and do that for her. And that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to go up on Thursday, I believe. Or no, we're going up on Friday morning. And then that night we're going to do the dress rehearsal and the rehearsal dinner. And then the next day is the wedding and the reception. And yeah, so it's going to be fun. I worked this past weekend on her the vows and everything, the whole service, and wrote the script for everybody. So yeah, I had we met with them back in February and went over, oh gosh, Tara honey, oh there we go, and went over what they wanted. And I went ahead, I guess it was this past Saturday, yeah, when Cordy went to wash the cars. I had done the laundry and did my errands like I always do. And then I wrote the script and got that all printed out for myself. Now I went and did that again. I don't have that as tight right there as I want to. But let's see if I can maneuver this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So that one's going to go, and then I'm going to put like a little button in the center. So that's a piece of ribbon. Now let me see. we could use a piece of this wedding gown again if we wanted. Let's see, what else do we have? I have some pretty, I've got some laces here that are just, you know, very nice. Very, very nice, I would say. I don't know which ones I like to use, but this one never, I don't know, it never tears right for me. I always say that. I have the hardest time tearing lace. I mean, I see Tina do it, and she just tears that lace, and it just, you know, looks so cute for her, and I do it, and it's like, not so much. Look at that. That's so cute. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too picky on myself, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it looks like hers does. And this lace is like tearing in pieces. Like it's not even stripping, you know, as a whole piece. It's just, yeah, it's not working for me. Ah, that's funny. I don't know if I'll use it or not. We'll see. Let's see here. But yeah, so I'm excited about going up there and spending time with them and her family. He has a nephew too, and they went through quite a bit in their life. I won't go into detail out of respect, but they went through a lot of challenges as kids and were put into foster care at young ages and just really not done very fairly. And she has just blossomed and turned into a beautiful young lady, and she's a hardworking girl, and she is a you know, we're very proud of our niece. She's done a lot in her life and for her life, and she's a blessing. But she had a rough start, is my point. And the Lord was very faithful and very good to her, and He's brought her through it. Her brother, he struggles a little more than she did, or that does now. But we're believing the Lord for victory for him as well. I'm looking here real quick to see if I like this one better, because I don't really care for how that one turned out. Or even, let me see, maybe this ribbon here. I was using my paints and stuff and flicking to do like speckles on my project, and I got speckles all over my stuff. I was thinking this actually might look pretty with this. I know it's not a lot of color, but you know me, I said earlier I do like the what do you call it, more neutral look a lot of times. I'm wondering, should I do this up at the top? I'm just trying a couple of things out before I commit to anything. I don't want to. I think it's too long. That's part of it. I have no idea why I cut that at the same length. That was kind of stupid. Okay, maybe not. There we go. How's that? What do you think? Or turn this over. I want it to be shabby chic, so. And then this little guy, oops, turn him over. He can go right here. And then I'll probably put like a pearl or something there. So I'm going to staple these. I hope you guys like these. I don't know. What do you think? I think they'd be more fun if I practice them a little better. Like I said, this was an experimental video with you where I did one little one before I started, but that was it. And I didn't really test out the waters too much. I kind of wanted to do something just freehand with you guys. I always feel like I test out the waters beforehand, and once, oopsie, sorry guys. Once in a while I just want to, you know, do something out the gate and hope it works. Tina does that all the time. My goodness. She never has a prototype. I just love, and I love that about her. She just does it, and then it either turns out or it doesn't, and it always turns out. She always amazes me. How do you do that, girl? Everything turns out. It always looks so beautiful. Okay, and now let me grab. Do we want to grab something fancier this time? Use like one of these, or should I use a button? I don't know. Maybe let me see. Maybe one of these little buttons, like the brassy ones. I don't know. Let's see. Like this little guy. What do you think? Oops, fell. I'm looking through the viewfinder. Yeah, he's cute, but it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's too boring. Maybe I should use one of the shinies here. I have gold, but it's kind of a brassy gold. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want that. I want the right. I need a pearl, but I don't really have like a pearl. I have some, but they're like seed pearls. And then I do have, where are they? What did I do with them? I don't know what I did with them. I do have, I think they're too small. They're like dots. They're like the flat back, but they're little tiny dots. And I think they're too small. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these and put y'all out of your misery of watching me try to choose. This one's not bad. It's not as pearlescent. I was just trying to find something that wasn't quite so pearlescent there. Okay. And did I put this down already? I did, right? Okay. All right. Probably too much glue for this little piece. I may need to do... That one looks really bright. Let's just... There we go. Nope. I wonder if I should have just done a button again. There we go. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop here. Let's see. I'm going to pull out the ones we did and the one I did. That's not it. I've got them all buried over here. So we did this little guy. Okay. And this one. And then we did this one. I am in such a small spot. I'm making a mess. I'm getting flustered here. And then I made the blue one with the gray. Okay. There we go. So I hope you guys like these and that you had fun and maybe tried them with me. If not, that you'll try them on your own. And if you do, I'd love to see them. Okay. So there we go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. I love you. God bless. Bye.